loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we're on week 2 of Battle of the Booktuber. If you don't know what Battle of the Booktuber is, I'm just going to do a very brief overview. It is created by Danny Dabbles, and last year she approached loads of different booktubers so that we could fight it out to see who can give the very best book recommendations, and now it's the championship round and I'm so nervous. It has been so much fun. Everyone is absolutely amazing. It has been linked below, so just go check them out. So excited, so nervous. Everything has ramped up. But for this championship round, we had to give 2 genres to our competitors that we then had to provide recommendations for. So I gave cozy books and horror books. So everyone had to give me 2 cozy book recommendations and 2 horror book recommendations. And these are done in order of the priority. So we have to read number 1 book, unless of course there was a reason why we couldn't be reading it or wouldn't be reading it, and then we'd go to number 2. I don't know who's recommended me these books. I have theories, but in all honesty, the only person that I'm dead set on is week 4, which I think is Victoria. For these first 3, I don't know. I keep having theories, but I did decide to go with Leandra recommended me these books. Although, like I say, there is a very strong case for Leandra to have recommended me week 1 because of the cozy book I read for that. It feels very Leandra coded with the time travel in it. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sticking with what I have said for weeks 1 and 3 because I've already filmed week 1. I'm halfway through week 3. We're now starting week 2, and that leaves Leandra. So we'll see. I did think that this could have possibly been Rainy, but also Sam. But more leaning towards Rainy or Leandra. I don't know. Okay, anyway, that's enough waffling. Let's get into the books that I'm going to be reading. I actually want to go over all 4 books that were recommended to me and my initial reactions to them. So the first 2 was the cozy ones, and the one that I'm going with is The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery by Gabrielle Zevin. Now, this was a book that when I saw it, I was a bit like, nervous about it because this is not an author that I was ever going to read from, to be quite honest. They are popular. I know their book Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow really took the booktube world by storm. Like, it did so well, but it's just not a book I've ever been interested in picking up, and I wasn't really interested in reading anything from this author in general. This seems to be like just a slice of life cozy story. We'll see how I get on with it. Hopefully I like it. I don't really have any expectations of this one. The second option is a book that was recommended to me twice, and both times it's been in the second position, and that one is A Dark and Secret Magic by Wallace Kinney. And honestly, I would have been happier if this was in position 1. Regardless, I'm going to have to read this book either way now because it's been recommended to me twice. However, that's not going to be happening for a few months. I'm filming this in the middle of February, so I'm going to wait until Battle of the Booktuber is done, and then towards the end of the year I will give this a read because it's been recommended to me twice, plus there's pumpkins on the cover, so I feel like saving it for autumn time would be good anyway. So the cozy one I'm hesitant on the book I'm going to be reading for this vlog, but the horror ones, I'm going to give you my initial reactions. Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews, and wow, we'll get into that in a minute, but this was a book that initially I had seen loads, I had thought about getting, but honestly if it wasn't for this video I probably never would have picked up because it's one of those ones where, you know, when you're like, oh, that would be interesting, but there's always other books to read, and so you never get round to it. I'm going to get into my thoughts because I've actually started this one. The second option was Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson, and honestly initially I thought to myself I'd actually rather have read this one because there's so many people that love this one. I know Rainy's loved it, Sam's loved it. This is why I thought it would have been like potentially Rainy's recommendation because of this book, but also Leandra may have recommended it knowing how much Rainy loved it, potentially. So initially I thought I would have preferred that book because I do think it is a book I'm really going to enjoy, and I have only heard brilliant things about it. But I had to go with Don't Let the Forest In, and this is another book that's been recommended twice to me, and it was actually again recommended to me in week 1. So the 2 double up book recommendations were both recommended to me in week 1 and week 2, and Don't Let the Forest In was the second option for horror in week 1, the first option this time. I started this yesterday because honestly February has been a bit of a weird reading month, and I've kind of fine-tuned as to why, but I'm not going to go back into that because like this is July now, that's all past. I'll talk about it in my February wrap up. I really needed something. I had a bit of time between books I needed to be reading, so I thought, you know what, sorry, I'm just gonna start a book for this video, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to go with, but based on my mood I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna hedge my bets and go with the horror books. I think I'm gonna enjoy it more. So I've started Don't Let the Forest In, and oh my god, Oh my god, I love it. I love everything about this book. So let me find out where I'm up to. So I'm up to page 78, chapter 9. I love it. I love this book so much. And the thing is I'm loving it so much that it's not just going to be a 5 stars. This is going to be a new all-time favourite book. If it carries on this way, that's how it's going to be. Genuinely, what the hell? Like, what? This is such a good book. And I can't believe I would have just slept on this one. So thank you so much to whoever did give me this recommendation, because genuinely I'm loving it. Let's start at the beginning because I'm in that mood. Like, I'm loving it so much. I'm in the mood to just like talk and talk and talk forever about how fantastic it is and probably give you no detail. So I'm gonna try and be concise. We're following Andrew, and Andrew is a writer. He writes really dark, creepy, fairy tale leaning works. They're all like little short stories, they're little snippets. He calls them paper cuts. I love it. I love that. In the book, we do actually get little samples of his writing. Beautiful, amazing. I love that about this. But Andrew's somebody that is a chronic overthinker to the point where it can be paralyzing. And I really relate to that. I am a terrible overthinker, and so seeing the parts where we're seeing Andrew overthink things, constantly feeling like, oh, I just constantly break things, like I ruin things, I do this, I do that, like I can relate to it. Overthinking is such a horrible thing because you know you can't do anything about it, but you can't stop yourself from doing it either. So I really relate to that. But he goes to Wickwood boarding school. It's a very affluent place. A lot of people are there because, you know, they're paying to be there. He is Australian, going to this American boarding school. So he's already a bit of a misfit and an outcast, and he deals with bullies and things. He goes there with his twin sister, Dove, and she seems to have OCD. I'm saying seems to because we haven't actually been inside her head. It's just snippets from what I've seen. It seems like she has OCD, but she's very protective of her brother and will 100% do different things for him, shut people down, ask the difficult questions that he can't ask. And then alongside that, we have Thomas. Now, Thomas is Andrew's very best friend and obsession. Like, he is obsessed with everything to do with Thomas. He is constantly thinking about him. He is constantly looking and appraising things and worrying about him, and it's just a complete obsession. Andrew's entire being revolves around Thomas, and it is written in such a brilliant way. It actually reminds me of These Violent Delights by Micah Nevermever. This is a fantastic book. It is an adult dark academia story about obsession between these two boys. Same thing here. It's giving me those same vibes, but make it young adult and make the horror earthy. I can't explain it, but it is so just rich and deep in its descriptions of the earthiness, of dirt, of trees, of bugs, of things. It works so freaking well. Like, I'm genuinely in awe of this writing. The descriptions, like, I could just eat it up all day long. You can give me this book, nothing has to happen in this plot, and I will still come out going fantastic, 5 out of 5 stars, new favourite, all of that, because the writing is just so sumptuous. I adore it so much. And to be fair, plot wise, there is a plot to it. We have Thomas. Something has happened to his parents. We're not really sure what's going on. I haven't really read the synopsis of this, so the synopsis might give more. I don't know. What we do know is that Thomas loves the woods. He is always going out there. He is an artist. He does illustrations for Andrew's dark stories, and it works really well together. It's like this intimate connection that they have with one another, which is absolutely lovely to see. But something's going on with Thomas, and he starts pushing Andrew away, and Andrew starts panicking, viscerally panicking, because he cannot lose Thomas. Thomas is his world. Thomas is his obsession. He would do anything for Thomas, even kill for him, and it's just so good. Like, there is this story, I know that this story is going to become my hyperfixation for a while. This is 100% going to be in my top books of the year, for definite. I think it will fit onto my favourite books of all time at this point. Like, genuinely, I am in awe of this book. Like, I love it. To give you an example, I'm going to read you the very first sentence or like paragraph of the book, because it was stunning. It hadn't hurt. The day he had cut out his own heart. Andrew had written about it later in spidery lines from a sharp pen. A story about a boy who took a knife to his chest and carved himself open showing ribs like mossy tree roots, his heart a bruised and wretched thing beneath. No one would want a heart like this, but he'd still cut it out and given it away. What? I love it. I love this writing so much. Like the amount of things that I have been highlighting on my Kindle because I am just obsessed. Like to the point where I finished the first chapter, straight put the physical copy on my wish list, and honestly I may just buy it because I love this book so much. I might see if I've got time before work to pop to my local bookstore and see if they can get a copy. I'd rather buy from them. Yeah, I am obsessed with this book. I just want to eat it up. Like, yeah, how Andrew feels about Thomas is how I feel about this book. It's amazing. It's genuinely amazing. Like, I needed this and it has just, wow. I will be really shocked if how I feel about this book goes down because the writing alone will carry this book for me. Pairing an obsession, because I can't say it's a love story. It is an obsession. And I do love that in my books. I will admit that is something that I really do like. Dark academia, horror leaning books that have that obsessive quality to it. I adore it. Like, genuinely I do. So yeah, this is gorgeous. It's a fantastic book. It is a young adult dark academia fantasy book. We've got fairy tale-esque qualities to it. It's so good. It's Kirsten coded. This is what I mean by like how I'm split as a reader. The two genres I gave are the two genres of how I see my reading taste. The cozy leaning books, and then we have the horror gothic leaning book. And this is exactly what I mean by I love gothic horror. This is that exact book for me. I'm obsessed. I love it so much. It is exactly what I want. So yeah, whoever gave me this recommendation, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I will check back in when I've read some more, probably just to literally go, oh my god, I love it so much. Like I say, I will be genuinely shocked if my view changes on this book, and I'm so pleased I started off with this book for this week. It's fantastic. I say week, this video is going to take place over the course of like a month and a bit probably, because after this book I'm planning to flip back to week 3 and read the last book I need to read for that, and then I'll finish the book for this one. But in between that I've got books to read for like my cozy new releases video and stuff, so probably this is going to take place over at least a month. I'm loving this book so much, but I think because I've actually got the next 4 or 5 days to read this book and to focus in on it, so I think this part of the video is going to get done really quickly. I'm so happy, like genuinely. I was a bit like, I thought I would be like, oh, I'd like it, but no, I'm adoring it. Everything about this book, it is just wow. I love it. Okay, right, I need to stop. I need to do some lunch. I need to get ready for work. I need to do all those things, but thank you so much to the two of you that recommended this book to me, because yes. Very next day, I have made some good progress. I am up to chapter 21, page 197, and I'm still adoring this book so much. I love it to the point where, as you saw yesterday, I did pick up the physical copy, and I am so happy with this. So basically, I went into my local bookshop on my way to work. I'm so excited about this. Genuinely, I mean, I had to get this because of the wonderful illustrations in this. Let me show you. Look at this. You actually get the illustrations that Thomas does to Andrew's stories. So not only do you get little snippets of Andrew's stories, which are done on these black paper, but you also get the illustrations, and it's so wonderful. And I know that as soon as I finish this book, I'm going to want to reread it and annotate it. This is the first time this year, and probably in the last couple months, that I have felt this enamored about a book. Don't get me wrong, I did recently read Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, and I loved that. It's definitely a favourite book. Like, I really enjoyed it, but like, I love the whole series. But this is a book that I can go, I am obsessed with. And as much as Emily Wilde's like, I love, I adore, this is obsession. And I just love it so much. So I definitely really do want to annotate this book and like reread it. The only thing is technically I can't do that until after this video goes live, or I just don't talk to you about it, because this video isn't going live till July. So I don't know. I may hold off and wait, because I do have some other books that I'm really excited to read for Battle of the Booktuber, one that I'm planning to start next week. So I probably will wait for my reread of this, but I am definitely rereading it this year and annotating it because I genuinely just love this. And what was so amazing is yesterday in the bookshop, I picked it up and the bookseller there was like, oh my God, have you read it? We just spent a good 20 minutes just talking about how amazing this book is. It was brilliant. We were literally just going, oh my God, it's so good. The writer style's amazing. This is amazing. Like, genuinely, there was no coherence to anything we were saying, but it was so good. And I was like, I'm so pleased I have somebody to talk to about it, because the reality is I'm obsessed with this book, but I can't talk to anyone about it. I can talk to you like this to a camera, but I can't actually talk to people in like interacting like on Discord or things like this about this book in depth, because I can't tell anyone I'm reading it. But I'm loving it so much, like, and it was really good to be able to chat to them and have a really good conversation about how much we're enjoying this book. And we both agreed that it is very similar, like I said yesterday, to These Violent Delights. And honestly, there have been scenes, like I read a scene yesterday that was pretty much very similar to a scene that is in These Violent Delights, which honestly I should have got that book to hold up, because I really do feel like if you like These Violent Delights by Micah Neverwhere, then you are. I went to get it. There's loads of like background noise and stuff lately, so I'm having to like start between things to try and cut out as much of the background noise as possible. There's just lots of building stuff going on, and hoping it doesn't last too long. But yeah, if you like These Violent Delights by Micah Neverwhere, I always trip up on the name, I do apologise, then you are probably going to like Don't Let the Forest In, or vice versa. This is just the adult version without the gothicness. Although I will say, holy cows, there was a scene yesterday and it was so gruesome that I'm like, damn, this isn't a young adult book. Like, what? I mean, I loved it. It was amazing. I genuinely am eating up everything about this book, but holy cows, it gets dark. It is so disturbing. But yeah, so I'm honestly thinking what I might do is reread this book to scratch the itch after finishing this, because this is a book I read a few years ago and absolutely adored it. Wanted to reread and annotate this one, and then just kind of never did. But reading this book, Don't Let the Forest In, is really reminding me of this, and so I'm feeling like I really could just reread this one. I've already set my March TBR, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit this in, but definitely at the very latest in April do I want to be rereading this book, because this is a book I think about. It's in my head rent-free all the time anyway. I just having a book that is making me go, it is everything that I loved about this book, but add in gothic, fairy tale elements, surreal quality to it. Love it. Both of them have an unreliable narrator in them. It's heaven. Like, I genuinely love it so freaking much. I think it's fantastic. I'm actually planning to finish it today because I've only got like 120 pages left or something. And then, like I say, I really want to be rereading it to annotate this one, because there are just so many wonderful sentences. Now, don't get me wrong, I could transfer some of the highlights that I've done in my Kindle into here, but I haven't been highlighting loads on my Kindle. It's not my preferred preferred way of annotating. So I definitely know I want to go in with tabs and pen and underline things, and just, yeah, I just adore everything about it. I love the illustrations in it. I love the little snippets of stories we get. Like, genuinely, this is a book that's made for me. I love it so much. So yeah, so I do plan on finishing this today, and then, like I say, we'll be taking a little bit of break for this Battle of the Booktuber week to go into week 3, finish that up, and then come back to this one at some point when I've got a bit of time again. This has been amazing. I genuinely cannot believe I have been recommended a book. Just got interrupted with a delivery, so I don't even know what I was talking about. Basically, loving this book. It's staying that way with a new favourite. Just wanted to talk to everyone about this book because I think it is absolutely fantastic. C.G. Drews has another book coming out later this year. I think it's like October time, I'm not sure, but I would love to read that one as well. Like, I'm just obsessed. I really am so happy with this book. So yeah, that's going amazingly well. Plan on finishing this up today. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. But yeah, okay, that's it for this update. It's been a struggle. I've had so many different interruptions. I do apologize for all like the jumping around you're probably gonna get, but I'll probably check back in tomorrow morning if I finish this book. And just amazing. This has gone so well. This is exactly what I needed. I needed a new favorite book, and this is a new favorite. Like, I'm genuinely so hyped for this. I love it. I think the recommendations have been really good. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been a couple of like, okay, one so far that hasn't been amazing, and I'm worried for the next book in this video, but otherwise they've just been going so well. I'm so happy with it all. So yeah, okay, right, I'm gonna stop waffling on. I've got another update to attempt to do before I do some food and things and get myself ready for work, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It. Oh, I loved it so much, and the ending, I didn't think this book could get better, and then the ending happened, and oh my god, it was so good. I really loved this. This was brilliant, and the twists and turns it took at the ending, like, loved it, and it makes me want to go back and reread it like right now, even more than I already wanted to. Like, it was so good. It was so well done. But there are two things before I start continuing to repeat how amazing it is. There are two things that I kept forgetting to mention. So I did mean to say yesterday that the details of the book, like what the plot is about, is Thomas's drawings coming to life. I wasn't sure if it was on the back of the book. When I purchased the book, I read the synopsis to make sure I'm not giving anything away, and yeah, that is on the back, so it's fine. So the boys are having to battle these monsters from Thomas's drawings every single night. And then also another thing that I thought was done really well is talking about queerness in this book. So Andrew is asexual, and I really enjoy them talking about that, because Andrew, as I already mentioned, he is an overthinker. He has a lot of anxiety, he gets panic attacks and things. Him feeling like, well, I think I'm asexual bisexual, but you know, that's weird, isn't it weird? Like, I'm not gay enough, I'm not this enough. And him talking to other queer students and them going, change your wording on that. There is no such thing as not gay enough. There's no such thing as I'm not normal. That's ridiculous, and we need to change the vocabulary on that, which I think was really good. I think some of those conversations in here, like, it felt natural to the plotline. It really showed that he's got people that are trying to support him, and he's got so much going on right now, and how difficult it can be to come out, to admit these things about yourself. And they make a good point of, you should never feel like you have to come out, you should just feel comfortable and just be yourself. And I really thought those conversations were done really well. I think it worked really well. It was very seamlessly added in, so I really appreciate that, especially because obviously you do have Andrew's obsession with Thomas. There's bullying that goes on in this book, the way that he is belittled for it, the way lots of people comment on it, on things like this, and Andrew's not even fully accepted himself what it is and things like that. I just thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really well done. So it really handled those elements of the book. It didn't just have them in there and not acknowledge them in any way, which can happen with book, but it actually took the time to talk about it, and I really liked that as well. So it's just literally every single thing about this book I've loved. I really did love it. I love the way that this book is done as well, like the paint splatters, or technically I suppose you could also say paint or blood, little snippets of stories would get in here. I love the illustrations. Like, I think this book is amazing. Like, I had so much fun flicking through it. I loved every single minute of reading this book. It was so well done, and I really do just want to reread this one and annotate it, and just it was so good. It was really good. Like, it really does scratch that itch of these sort of gothic horror books that I'm looking for, and I just think it was fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't expect to love it this much. I thought it was going to be good because it had been recommended to me twice. It's a book I've been seeing around, hearing really good things about, so I thought, I should probably like this. But it was just that writing style. The writing style was what pushed it over the edge for me, because the actual plotline to it, it's good. It's the way it was done, the way it was written, the way you could really feel everything. Like, that was excellent. And yeah, I really cannot wait for the next book that CG Drew's got coming out later this year. But also there is a couple of other books that they have written, and another one that sounds kind of along this sort of vein. We've got 1,000 Perfect Note, which I'm interested in, so I definitely give that one a read, and The Boy Who Steals Houses and The Girl Who Steals His Heart. I like the idea of that. It seems like we're playing a lot with love, obsession, things like this in C.G. Drew's work. So yeah, I would definitely be interested in trying some of their older work. Honestly, if I enjoy those, then C.G. Drew's has just kind of gone straight to being a new favourite author, because this was so good. So yeah, I'd be really intrigued to see their earlier works differ to this. So if you've read any of other C.G. Drew's works, then please let me know, and if you've read this one and what you thought about it. Like, I desperately want to talk to somebody and I can't. I mean, I have the bookseller, which is amazing. I'm probably gonna go tell them the next time I see them, like, I finished it, and we can proper like dissect that ending, because it was so good. I was straight on Reddit to see what people thought of it and stuff. Like, it was brilliant. It was so good, and I can't believe how quickly I've read this book. 3 days. 3 days is how long it took me to read this book, and this book is over 300 pages. And literally I was saying how I don't really want to be reading books that quickly unless it's for like my relax and readathon and I'm not at work and all I'm doing is reading that book. Like, that's fine. But otherwise, if I'm busy at work doing things like that, I don't want to be rush reading a book. But this was a book I just couldn't put down. Couldn't put down. Even if I wanted to, I could not put this book down. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, yeah, I loved it. I was obsessed with this book. I'm so happy with this. I'm genuinely so happy. I feel sorry for whatever book I read next. It's not going to be a Battle of the Booktuber book, because it's just not going to hold up. Like, it's really not. But fantastic. So 100% 5 stars, but not just a 5 stars, a new all-time favourite. And I'm not sure if we still get extra points for that. We did in the first Battle of the Booktuber when we were doing all the first rounds. So this is the championship round. I don't know if we get extra points for that or not, but amazing. Thank you. did you hear that? That was my shoulder that just cracked. But thank you so much for this. This was really, really good. I'm so happy. So at the time of filming this, I have now read 4 Battle of the Booktuber books. Right, as I said in the last update, it's going to be a little while before I come back on an update for the next book, which will be The Storied Life of AJ Fickery. Honestly, this one went so well. Maybe this book really is gonna like blow my mind as well, and I'll be loving it so much more than what I think I'm going to. Like I say, it's a bit of hesitation because this was an author I just had no interest in reading from, but it does seem like it could be a cute, wholesome read, so we'll see what I think of it. But I'll probably come back in when I've actually started this book to give you my initial thoughts and feelings, and we'll just go from there. But I'm so happy. Like, genuinely so happy. This is the first book of the year for me that has done a new favourite book. 100%. Amazing. Oh, I'm genuinely so happy. Like, I love it so much. And I'm just like, I kind of don't know what to do next. Like, I've got loads of books I need to read next anyway. But you know when you're just at that moment where you're just like, I just want to relive in this world again, straight away. And I haven't felt that way in a long time, where all I've wanted to do is reread the exact same book the minute I finished it. Been a good few weeks, and I'm pretty sure past me would have told you how the next book I need to read for this video is the book that I am the most hesitant for. Out of all of the books that I received as recommendations, this is the one that I was the most hesitant for. And you know what? Proven that I should have been hesitant. Like, it's been a time. I've only just started this book. I literally started it last night. Yeah, I'm not even far into this book. So, Storied Life of AJ Fickery, I am on page 38. So I'm 15% of the way through. I'm in the middle of the second chapter. I'm almost at the end of the second chapter. I don't really like it. I have so many thoughts about this book, and not all of them are good, like, I'm not gonna lie. So considering that I'm only not even 2 chapters in yet, I am a chapter and a bit in the way through this book, and I've got so many things that I'm not gelling with right now, but I'm gonna carry on trying and just see how I feel. But I can definitely say, like, I was right to be hesitant. Now, I've always just had something about this author where I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to enjoy their writing, and it seems to be the case. The initial premise of this book is fine. We're following AJ Fickery, who, you know, he's dealing with grief. He lost his wife. He just doesn't really want to carry on anymore. He's fed up with everything. He's not happy with his life. He's just had enough. And he's also a bit of an arse as a result. Like, he really is. When we first meet him, the first character we actually meet is someone that works for a publishing house, and she's going to his bookshop, because he owns a little bookshop in this place, to show off their winter list and to see if he would like to purchase any books to stock in his shop. And he is so horrible to her. She walks away from that experience feeling absolutely dreadful. And we then follow him a little bit later, and he's reflecting on it. He was like, yeah, I was really horrible to this person, but really, you know, it's because of this and this. And he makes up loads of excuses and stuff. And it's like, look, at the end of the day, yes, you've got loads going on, but you didn't really need to be that horrible. And then he gets drunk and he takes out this really priceless book. Like, it's a book that is worth so much money. He keeps it in this glass cabinet. He takes it out of the cabinet and then he blacks out. Wakes up in the morning, sees that the cabinet is wide open, can't see his book anywhere, and so he then goes running off to the police station being like, oh, I've been robbed. And I'm like, you were drunk. You haven't even checked everywhere first because you were drunk. So why didn't you just double check the bin in case you threw it away in your drunken state? Why wouldn't you check your house? Why wouldn't you do all these things first before going and being like, oh, I've been robbed. Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. I'm just like, what? So yeah, so that kind of annoyed me because I feel like if this plot goes in the direction that I think it's going to go, where it's going to be like AJ learns that there's more to life and, you know, he can definitely keep pushing through things, and grief is a horrible thing, because it is a horrible thing, it doesn't mean that you have to stop your life. Take that moment, be in your feelings, because that's also really important. Like, don't try and bury it, acknowledge it, accept it, move on, continue with your life. That's very important. But I feel like the plot is then going to be him finding the book at the very end of this book, because he's going to realise nobody stole it. And that's going to annoy me, because it will just be like, why wouldn't you have just checked? So I'm really hoping it doesn't go in that way, because that will really, really annoy me. Because I'll just be like, the rest of it I can understand. I can understand you're taking that time, you're taking that journey to get over grief and things. Like, that makes sense, and it does make it a very like cozy slice of life book that is reminding us that yes, life is hard and life is tough at times, and it can be really bad at times, but keep pushing through. You have people around you, don't isolate yourself, things like that. So fundamentals of what this story is trying to convey, sure, very good. The writing style I don't like though, because it jumps around. There are paragraph breaks, but it jumps. You get time jumps that I feel like I don't know why we need. We also get perspective jumps. They don't feel different. So you'll change perspective, but you won't realise you've changed perspective because the writing feels the same. And it's not until you get a little bit later that you realise, oh no, I'm actually following this person now. So that makes sense why I was confused, why that didn't marry up to what I just read, because I am not following that person, I'm following someone different. And that I don't like, because it's taken me out of the story. And maybe it's something I just need to get used to with the writing style. And maybe the more I read of this book, the more that I will adapt to it. But right now I can say that it was really like stop start reading, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not loving this writing style anyway, to then have it go, oh, by the way, we're gonna jump, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it. That was a bit too much. Either do chapters, like short snappy chapters, or just do something that shows that we're changing perspective, or like have your characters feel different. At the minute I'm not distinguishing them, so it feels very all over the place. And again, with the random time jumps and things, that I'm just like, it's a bit all over the place. I want it to flow a bit better, and it doesn't feel like it's flowing. We're not getting any interconnecting bits to, like, because sometimes the time jumps will be something so silly then I'm just like, well, why didn't you add just a couple of sentences to go, oh, we arrived here? Why wouldn't you have done that? It's just weird. So I'm kind of struggling a bit with that. Mentioned the plot line. Was there anything else I was going to mention? Oh, something that I don't mind though is at the start of the books we are getting AJ's perspective on different books. So let me get it up. The start of the second chapter was a book by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's like a short story collection, I think it was, or something. But anyway, he gives this really scathing reviews of the books and saying like what's ridiculous about it, what's fine about it. The first one was by Roald Dahl, Lamb to the Slaughter, and he just kind of gives an overview of what he thinks of the book and whether he agrees it was good or not. A lot of the time it's not, because he is a grumpy man and he acts so much older than what he is. Grief can do that, can make you feel older than what you are, but this person's like late 30s and he acts like he's a really old guy. Like genuinely, when I was reading from this, I was expecting somebody that's like maybe like 70s, and no, it's like they're late 30s, but just like their mannerisms and everything, it seems to be way older, which again, that's fine. It was just interesting to see. And he gets that reminder. He goes to hospital in like the start of the second chapter and is told, you know, you're allowing grief to age you. And I don't know, even just some of the way that it's spoken about, I don't really enjoy. Like AJ's like, oh, so you think I'm crazy? And the person's like, no, but I can send you for evaluation if you want. And I don't know, I'm just not loving the writing style. I feel like I would hope that the subject matter of the grief in that is handled well. I mean, to be fair, this book has got really high rating, but I think it's just I'm not gelling with the writing style of this one. So this is what I mean. I've got loads of thoughts and I've barely started the book. Would I 100% put this book down and never pick it up again? Yeah. Would I have even picked it up if it wasn't for this competition? No, I really wouldn't. Like, I would not have picked up this book. I wouldn't have been interested in it in the slightest, but I was like, you know what? I don't have anything actually against this author. It's just not an author I thought I would like. And you know what? I could have been wrong. I could have been proved wrong and actually gone, you know what? This is actually very good. And, you know, but I'm just not enjoying it. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to keep trying, but if I really am just getting getting to that point of I'm just really not liking it, then I probably will allow myself to DNF this one. I don't want to. For this competition, I don't want to DNF books, but I will allow myself to DNF one, and if it just gets to the case that I'm really struggling with this one, then I'll just have to leave it. But this is, I think, the 7th book that I am reading for this competition, which is honestly great. I am ahead of schedule, which I'm really happy with because we're in the middle of March. I'm just really pleased that I'm being able to get these books read at a good pace, so that's amazing. It's quite interesting. We're getting two extremes in this video, but yeah, I mean, currently where I'm sitting on this book, I'd just give it a 2. If it was just I'm not getting on with the story, then an average rating 2.5, 3 stars, fine. Not for me, but I'm actually having problems with the writing style, with that jumping around nature of it. I don't like that. So for me, this book would be less as a result of that. So I'm honestly thinking a 2-star. It's a writing style that I'm not liking, I'm not gelling with. It's not that I can go, oh, there's nothing wrong with the writing, it's just this plot isn't for me, or things like this. Like, it's genuinely, I'm not enjoying this book, which, like I say, I am going to read more of this book. I'm going to give it its fair dues. We're going to see what I can do, but thankfully it's not a long book. It's like 280 something pages, so, you know, we'll definitely be able to read a bit more. But honestly, it's just that thought of I've still got 220 pages to go. We'll see. I mean, it has potential because I feel like the storyline is fine, dealing with grief and stuff. Like, I feel like that's fine, and so maybe it will get better, but I can also tell that this is a book I just kind of want to flick through to see it. Does it get any better? No, great, I'm gonna put it down, because it's the writing style I'm really not enjoying. Like, this jumpstart nature, I don't like AJ as a character, so it's just I can see why so many people would love this book, in it being that depiction of grief and learning to get over it. Well, not even to get over it, to accept it, because grief, it stays with you. Like, you can't just get over that, but to be able to accept it and to not close yourself off from everything, again, like I've already mentioned, that is a very good message to be sending. I just don't like the package it's coming in. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, sorry for the negative update, I guess. I really wanted to be proven wrong. I really wanted to be like, you know what, it's been recommended to me, maybe I'm really gonna like this, maybe I should give all the author's other works a try, like maybe I should do that, but unfortunately I haven't been proven wrong. Honestly, the fact that I'm having to get my ring light out and it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh my god, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got to be quick at this because I'm actually due at work. So I'm gonna try and get through this quick. But I've had to faff around so much getting the lighting set up because it's such a weird, overcast, cloudy yet sunny day that it was just a nightmare. Anyway, point was I had to be quick, and to be fair, this update is going to be super quick because it's only the very next day, and I attempted to read more of The Storied Life of AJ Thickery, and oh my god. So I got to page 56, so not much progress was made, but something happened and it's put in the plot, and I can't. I'm sorry, but no. I can't. This is where I'm drawing the line. It's frustrating because I don't want to give it, because it would be a spoiler because it's not on the back of the book, but at the same time, it's so utterly ridiculous that it's frustrating. And don't get me wrong, I have said many times that I can very much be like, well, I'm not reading a non-fiction book, it's fictionalized, it doesn't matter if it's ridiculous, like that's absolutely fine. But this, really, I can't believe, I don't agree that it's being used as a plot device, and it is so ridiculous that I'm just like, but why? So I'm gonna say what it is, but if you don't want to hear, then just skip ahead until the spoiler thing comes down. It probably won't be long, hopefully, but like, basically, skip ahead now if you want to. But basically, a baby gets left at the bookstore. A baby. Okay, I think they're 2, but like, why are they being left at the bookstore? And they're being left with a little note that says, oh, I can't look after my child, but they're really smart and I really want them to grow up educated, so I'm gonna leave them at the bookstore. What? And then the police and everything just let AJ carry on with this child. Like, he takes him to the police station and they're like, oh, okay, we should probably find out who that is and stuff. And then he takes the child again back with him and starts looking after this child and stuff, and we've just got people that are just kind of accepting that he's just taken this child, and I'm just like, what? And so I kind of see how the plot is going to go now, but I disagree with it strongly. So what I am doing is I am putting this Battle of Booktuber book down. I'm putting it down. I'm not going to pick it back up until I have finished all the other Battle of the Booktuber books, which currently I've only got 3. One I'm in the middle of reading, almost done, that's going to be done in a couple of days. One I just started yesterday on my lunch break at work, because I tried with this book, put it down, and I was like, I want to read something, but it's definitely not this. And then I've got one other one to start. So once I finish those, I will attempt to come back to this book, and if I still cannot get into this book, then yes, I'm gonna DNF, because this is just, I just can't with this book. And as much as I want to carry on trying so that whoever is the one that recommended me this gets some points at least, I also am not going to force myself through it if I really, really can't. So I did try yesterday, read like 20 pages and just had to stop. So yeah, we're gonna try. I'll put it down for a while, and hopefully once I finish all the other Battle of the Booktuber books, maybe I would have had enough distance with it that I will come back to it. I'll know what to expect with the writing style and stuff, and so I won't mind, but we'll see, because I just don't know. But okay, right, I do need to get myself ready for work. Oof, I've got 10 minutes before I need to get ready for work. Is that enough time to start another video? Maybe, if I'm quick. Let's try though. But yeah, I'm really sorry that this is going like just so negatively with this book. It's just... been weeks since I last updated for this video. I actually don't even know how long exactly, but it's definitely been almost a month, and I really do not want to pick back up the storied life of AJ Thickery at all. Like, not even a little bit. I just really don't want to, and I don't want to repeat myself with all the things that I said before. I mean, I've moved on. I was reading other Battle of the Booktuber books. Lots of videos have gone since then as well, in terms of like new releases videos and different reading vlogs and readathon and everything, and I just don't want to read this book. Like, I really don't want to. I'm not looking forward to it. I can't even try and get myself to read just a page or so at a time, so I'm just gonna DNF. And the thing is I get it, this is a book that I think would be good for a lot of people. I can see why it was recommended, because it does have those cozy small town vibes with, you know, this story of overcoming grief and everything. There are just elements to this that I just don't get. It's just not for me, unfortunately. I personally couldn't get on with the writing style of this book at all. Like, it just didn't work, which is a shame. I think if I was to even finish this book, the highest it would get from me is a 2-star, because again, as much as I can appreciate what it's trying to do, I don't like how it's going about it or the writing style, so yeah, that would be a 2-star read. I'm allowing myself 1 DNF for this challenge, and this is the book that I'm DNFing. This has been a vlog of extremes, like such extremes. We have had an all-time new favourite book ever, to then have a book that I'm DNFing. That's insane. It is insane. Yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't for me, unfortunately. So that does bring us to the end of this video. We have had a video of extremes. We had Don't Let the Forest In, 5-star read. Let me grab the book, because I love this one so much. I bought a copy of it. I'm going to be rereading it this year. I genuinely cannot wait to reread this book and annotate it. This is a new all-time favourite, not just 5 stars, but an all-time favourite, period, and I'm so happy with that. And then in complete contrast, the cozy book, The Storied Life of AJ Thickery, was a DNF. So complete contrast. And in all honesty, if you asked me at the beginning of this competition where I thought it would go, I would say that the cozy books would get the highest ratings from me, and then the horror books would be a more mixed bag. But as this video has shown, that is not the case. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been such a long time since I last updated. I don't even know what I've done in this video. What was the last bit of update? Oh yes, some nature, and then we made some pasties, cheese and onion pasties, made a pumpkin cake, and went to a bookshop. So it's been a good time across this vlog, but I mean, this one has taken me the longest to film because I was just really struggling with this book, but I am really pleased with the rest of this video, and this is always going to be my favorite because of this book. Like, genuinely, I don't know who did this. Like, I know I was trying to guess and stuff. I've given up with that at this point, but thank you so much to whoever made me read this book, because okay, one, it was in 2 different options, so to the 2 people that recommended this, well done. And also thank you, because this is a book I genuinely would never have picked up if it wasn't for this challenge. It was a book I'd seen around, but I just didn't really think I'd like it because it was YA. I don't know, I just did not think it would be. I thought it might be an okay read, but I've got loads of other books I'm interested in. It's not a priority. I'll get to it eventually at some point, probably never. And then it came up for this challenge and it has ended up being a new all-time favorite. So thank you so much to the 2 of you that recommended it, to the person who put it first for this video. Like, thank you, because it is so good. And honestly, knowing how good this book is, to then have never actually picked this book up, genuinely, what I would have missed out so much. So yeah, thank you. This has been an absolute true delight. It's been good. It's been really good. So yeah, okay, right, we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read either of these 2 books and what do you think about them. And I think if you've made it this far, then we're gonna have to put a rose in the comments below for Don't Let the Forest In if you've made it this far but just don't know what to comment. And again, a massive thank you to all of you that take the time to watch these videos. It has been a delight. I've really enjoyed creating videos and having this community. Like, it's wonderful. So thank you for being a part of that. And an extra massive thank you to all my Patreons. Like, genuinely, you all mean so much to me. So thank you for all of your continued support over there and enabling me to come up with different ideas and do different things. Like, it's been great. So thank you so much. I am gonna go. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please do consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribing and commenting. Those 3 things really help this channel out. So thank you. My social media links, Discord, Patreon, everyone part of the Battle of the Booktuber competition will be linked below for you. And I will of course catch you in the very next video.